It's here from Pop Turn. I speak to Gabrielle Jacinto about my life with the Walter Boys, which is streaming now worldwide on Netflix. Welcome to the show. It's so good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I mean, the show hasn't even been out for a month, if you think
Just
about
a
it.
week, right? Yeah, it's crazy.
It's the Netflix effect, right? Everyone from all around the world, across all those different time zones. Like, I feel like you woke up in a certain, you woke up and then, people, because they were ahead of you time zone wise, have already watched it, right?
Right? Literally. Oh my gosh. Such a whirlwind.
It's so crazy. I want to get into the show specifically, but before that, kind of the audition process and everything. I feel like every audition process is different. What was this one like specifically? Did you get the character? Like, did you audition for Olivia? Like, what was that like for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was actually crazy because I never auditioned for Olivia, and I think that's the thing that they were doing a lot on this show, where I initially went out for Kylie, and I did the callback, got pinned and everything, and then found out I didn't get it, and then I was heartbroken. But then my agent was like, "Oh, like don't get your hopes up, but they're considering you for this character, Olivia." And then I just got it. And I think that's what they did a lot on the show is they like gave people other roles that they never auditioned for, but it all ended up working out perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so great. It's so great. And it's one of those things too with a show like this where, there's like a TV show or film, Gabrielle, that you might have a few scenes and like go on and then wrap and leave. But like you got to cross paths with like a lot of characters on this. Like you really got to work on ensemble cast. What was that like working with everyone specifically on this show?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy because it's like, I don't know, like there were so many characters, like so many recurring characters. The cast is so big. And unfortunately, there were some people I never got to really interact with that
Yes.
much. But it was just like so amazing to be able to like share these scenes with like so many talented actors and like, I don't know, like having all of these like storylines that are actually like kind of like nice and like deep and like well written and just like all of them happening and intertwining and coming to conclusions and everything. It was really great.
I'm also just curious because there's a lot of kind of intense scenes involving Olivia and Aaron and Cole. There's a lot of drama, you know what I mean? And I'm just
Yeah.
wondering, because it depends on the project, it depends on like the storytelling perspective, but are you ever conscious of like the audience member like watching certain episodes or certain scenes while you're filming, or does that kind of happen after you wrap?
Um, Maybe a little bit, I
Yeah.
guess.
I feel like in some ways you
Yeah.
have to be, right? Because you're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like I definitely like during the show, I was like, "Ooh, like, are people gonna forgive Olivia?" You know, like,
Yeah,
don't
I
really
know.
know. Like,
Oh,
I'm like, gotta have a
we're
redeeming
gonna
factor
get
to
into
me.
that, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's like, but yeah, I mean, definitely like maybe towards the end when we were doing like the last few episodes, it kind of got a little more real, you know?
Yeah, 100%. And
Yeah.
the journey of reading scripts and then the journey of, going and filming it after you get comfortable with the characters, are those two separate journeys for you, or is it all kind of one big storytelling journey in the end of the day?
I feel like they are very different because I feel like definitely reading the scripts, especially before we ever started filming, was so different because like I had all these images in my mind and like ideas of how things were gonna go, but then you show up and it's completely different. In a really good way, I think, because like one of the things I loved about the show was like seeing how everyone really took it off the page and like did things and made choices that worked so well for the characters that you never could have put down on paper. Yeah.
Absolutely. And kind of to add to that, the self reflection component is something I really got on this because every person in this show is just figuring things out and their arcs are so big and day by day. How is it reading those arcs in the script specifically, knowing that these are, there's coming of age everywhere in this show. Like you can't it's like a ping pong match in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah. Yeah, honestly. I mean, I feel like it was really nice to see that, especially that like all these characters are so young and I feel like this show did a really good job of really showing people, making mistakes and like messing up because that's what being a teenager is about and just learning. And I feel like that was just a really nice thing
You're
to
really doing a
see.
good segue to what we're going to talk about next with Olivia, right?
Oh, I
Um,
mind.
yeah, your character gets in. Do we want to say hot water? Do we want to say
Yeah, I would say that.
how far ahead do you know about, like, do you get all the scripts? Like, do you know that's going to happen? Is that something added? Like, I'm just curious, when did you know about that whole storyline?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I first heard about Olivia before I even got the role, they did say that she was sleeping with her best friend's boyfriend, and that was like kind of like the thing that was going on. But I never really knew if it was going to be resolved because we didn't know about episode 9 and 10 until we went to go shoot them. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know. And what's
Yeah.
it been like online, seeing all the theories and all the comments and stuff? Because it's been like it's been so quick, and everyone's got teams already, right?
I know. It's crazy. And I don't know. I mean, it's been nice. I feel like there's definitely been a lot of talk about how Aaron deserves better. And I feel that. I'm like, gosh, like Olivia messed up big
Well, I
time.
mean, because and this is also credit to Alicia because she did such an
Yeah.
amazing job from an acting
Mhm.
perspective. But talk about an arc and a growth of a character.
Literally. Oh my gosh, she killed that. It
I
was
mean,
amazing.
that was incredible to see a character
Yeah.
that just comes off dislikable and just kind of like after each episode, it's like, oh my goodness, like misunderstood, right? And like, it's interesting. I feel like that's what's happening a little bit with Noah and Team Cole, because I feel like you have a lot of people that watch the show and just assume like, how could you not be Team Alex? But then
Yeah.
there's this like
Yeah.
push and pull with Cole. So, do you have a team? Or are you just trying to are you Team Olivia? Because you could be Team Olivia, it's fine. It's so hard. There's so many teams.
I know. Well, okay, you know what? I am team Cole for Jackie because I feel like Alex and Kylie got a little something going on.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So I'm kind of rooting
That
for them.
episode at the
Yeah.
end.
I know. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Maya, her eyes were sparkling in that. I was like, it was so heartbreaking, that ending for them.
I know. But it starts a conversation. And I feel
Yeah.
like that's the
Mhm.
point of like TV and film too, right? Like a show like this creates conversations.
Mhm. Yeah.
And there's been a lot online, and it's not stopping. And think about this, it's crazy. It's already #1 on Netflix in so many countries. A lot of people are in exams right now, Gabrielle.
I know.
Like think about the people that are going to go watch it at Christmas break that haven't, like a holiday break that haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's crazy.
It is so crazy. What would you say is your favorite thing about being an actor? Is it diving into all these different worlds? Is it kind of just the communal kind of component of it? Like, is there something you like the most about it specifically?
I think, well, I think definitely for me, the representation aspect is really important to me,
Yes.
especially like, yeah, like I do love like just I don't know, like being able to be that, like I don't know, just like like doing my work and like having like working on these cool projects with like all these amazing people, and then it's just like really redeeming to know that like I know I've gotten a few messages from people already, like because I feel like you don't see too many Filipinos on film and everything, and so I don't know, that's just really important to me, and I really just love like. Because I know if I was younger, I would love to see a show like this with like a Filipino girl up there,
That's so amazing. Yes, absolutely. It's so crazy. And I think to kind of add to that, I think one of the greatest things about storytelling these days, Gabrielle, is stories that weren't told are finally getting told. Which I
100%.
think is really amazing too. And I think that kind of goes hand in hand with the representation with what you're saying. And
Yeah,
and I thought, is it challenging from an acting perspective playing characters in a small town because everyone knows each other, or there's this assumption that everyone knows each other on screen? Like, I'm just curious
Yeah.
about that. What's that like, kind of preparing to play in a small town? Because I feel like on the surface that could be tricky from an acting perspective.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I just kind of I feel like I'm kind of from like a small part of like Vancouver. Like I'm not actually from like Vancouver. So I feel like I just tried to tap into that kind of thing of like everyone kind of knows each other, everyone's kind of grown up together and like that kind of history. But I definitely see how that could be a challenge for people from like the big cities. Yeah.
Oh, totally. And because it's an interesting thing as well, because but it's like you're all kind of like filming it and like every day, seeing each other every day, so you really kind of like feel like immersed, like you are in a small town.
Yeah.
What do you think about it too?
Honestly, yeah, like that film set, like, I mean, we shot for 5 months and like everyone, like seeing all the crew every single day, people driving you, like, I don't know, it really did become our small little town in Calgary.
Absolutely. I obviously, acting is something you're focusing on. You're Olivia in My Life with the Walter Boys, which is #1 on Netflix right now, which is crazy. You work on this, like we said, we talk about the cast, but there's an amazing crew and everything. The writers, the directors, everyone there. We've got to give a shout out to that crew.
Mhm.
Do you get kind of like interested in going behind the camera a little bit, like when you're seeing kind of everything? Like, do you want to maybe one day direct or write specifically?
Um, Maybe one day.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe right now I don't specifically feel the drive or passion for that, but I do have so much respect for those people that are in those fields. And like, I feel like one day, I mean, maybe in another life, I would have loved to be a DP. I feel
Yeah.
like
Ooh.
they're so good at what they do. And like, I don't know, just the storytelling aspect of it is so interesting to me. In another life, maybe, or who knows?
Absolutely.
You
No,
know?
it's interesting as well. And last question before we wrap up as well. You look at a show like this that has a lot of, heart and has connected like a lot of people kind of resonate with so many characters. Like online, you're not just seeing people that just resonate with one character. You're seeing people that kind of say, "Oh my god, I feel like I'm like Kylie," or "I feel like I'm like Aaron," and everything. Did you get that feeling when you were reading the scripts or even doing research with the Wattpad novels as well, that there was like so many different characters that everyone can kind of be familiar with and be compatible with? I'm just curious about that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's another amazing thing about having such a big cast and like having all of these characters that are so developed. It's just like, yeah, there is something for everyone. And like, I see myself in Grace and in Jackie and like even like some of the Walter boys. Like, I don't know, it's like you can find a piece of yourself everywhere. And I think that's why it's doing well right now, is because everyone can kind of connect to that.
Absolutely. Any funny on set or off set? I mean, all the BTS is getting posted by the whole cast. Like, I feel like there's BTS
Yeah.
every day, and I feel like I can't
Yeah.
keep up right now. Honestly, like there's so
Literally.
much BTS, and it's great. But
Yeah.
like, is there anything funny or like on top of your head, a cool story that you could share that happened on the set of My Life with Walter Boys that we haven't seen on BTS already? Even though that might be hard because it's all on it's all.
I know we all got our phones out all the time. Um, I'm not. Oh, I guess. I mean, I did just post a little video, but
Oh no,
there
it's
was.
not exclusive. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, so I'm so sorry. Just today for you, but essentially on the last day, I think it was the last day for me and like a few others, filming episode 9, but our last shoot day of the whole
I think I
show.
saw
And
this. Yes, continue.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, it was the one where basically it was me, Maya, Ellie, Alicia, and Kayla, and we were like doing the Ferris wheel scene that day. And we just had some downtime and like the sun was setting, and then we were just like, I don't know, in a crazy mood, like feeling really grateful for everything. And we just started like sprinting, and I just started chasing Kayla, asking them about, their love lives and stuff. And like it was just like such a funny moment because like we're just like I don't know. It's just like a crazy scenario of being like young people on a film set where we're like playing characters and just like, I don't know, just being like really grateful and having so much fun on that last day.
Absolutely. Yeah, the cast is so close and it's great to see.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And My Life with the Walter Boys is streaming now worldwide on Netflix, which is crazy. Gabrielle, so great chatting with you. Thank you so much for coming on
Yes,
the show.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, your Instagram account, is it is it your name or is it if they search Gabrielle Jacinto? No, I'm just saying it's like
Yeah.
Abby or something, right?
Yeah, it's Abby Blech. I don't know. I chose it when I was in high school.
But if they
Yeah.
see, I was trying to think because I saw it before we started, and I
Yeah.
remember the Abby part. But
Yeah.
I Abby oh man, that's
Yeah.
an all-time handle. That might be one of the best. I interviewed Devin
you.
Hales, who was on Teenage Bounty Hunters on Netflix, and
Oh, yeah.
her handle was Devin.jpg, and I thought that was the
Oh, that's
greatest handle.
iconic.
Yeah, but this is pretty good too. Abby
Thank you.
Blair. This is up there. I gotta ask this question more so I can have like a hall of fame of like Instagram handles.
Yeah.
And I can
Right?
repost it because you're looking. There's 2 now that I can think of. It's like top
Yeah.
2, but I want to see. Like, Awesome.
Love
This has
that.
been Pop Turnative. YouTube.com/PopTurn for previous episodes. You can catch Gabrielle Jacinto as Olivia in My Life with a Walter Boy, streaming now worldwide on Netflix. Till next time, it's Gabrielle and Petey Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popturnative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popturnative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.